Your dad, you may remember when you were a little kid, your dad took care of my Bo. Your dad, when he was a mill aide, worked with me, became friends with Bo. And Bo talked about your dad's courage, not about illness, but about his courage. And look, there's a lot of things happening. Any of you have somebody who is diagnosed with glioblastoma, which is about as bad as it gets. There's breakthroughs that are occurring now. There's 4 things that are going on, and it can happen tomorrow. Like, for example, at the University of Pennsylvania, where I teach now, there is at the Abramson Center. What they found out is a thing called a CAR T cell. What they do is they take the cells, your T cells, their immune system cells, out of your body, and they reinforce it with an antigen, and that goes in and that finds the cancer cell, because the cancer cells can hide from your immune system. And they had a breakthrough with a new drug dealing with child leukemia, and it's working. There's other things called, they have what they did with Bo. It's starting to happen now. They're using this CAR T cell, and they're using they inject a virus, and it generates into the cancer.
So there's hope.
And so there is hope. And if anybody can make it, your dad, her dad is one of my best friends. Her dad goes after me, hammer and tong. We're like 2 brothers who were somehow raised by different fathers or something because of our points of view. But I know, and I mean this sincerely, and I've said it all, even when your dad got mad at me, so I should get the hell off the ticket. And remember what I said about your dad? I said, I know, and I mean this sincerely, I know if I picked up the phone tonight and called John McCain and said, John, I'm at 2nd and Vine in Oshkosh, and I need your help, come. He'd get on a plane and come. And I would for him, too. And this is the guy. But look, the thing that I found was, and Bo insisted on, your dad's going to insist on, is you've got to maintain hope. There's hope. Hope is, you have to have hope. And so every day Bo would say, and if you, I don't suggest you read the book, but the book, Bo would say, let's make a deal. We are not going to talk about percentages, Dad.
That's right.
We're not. He got us in the room after the diagnosis. When the doctor, who is one of the guys you had your dad talk to,
and he called the second that they found out. They called you and Joe.
And so what happened was, there's a Dr. Young at MD Anderson, one of the great cancer hospitals. Her dad's at a great hospital as well. But he is he's a neuro-oncologist. And so Bo got this devastating diagnosis like your dad. We were in his room. It was after the operation. The tumor was taken out. We were about to go home, and we sat there, and Bo said, no percentages. And he looked at Doc. I said, Dr. Young, what should Bo do now? He said he was going to run for governor. He said, go home and run for governor. Go home and run for governor. So we got to just keep moving like this is going to happen. It's going to happen. That's why I set up this foundation after we did the moonshot. Because I swear, guys, we are going to beat this damn disease. We really are. I'm sorry, I took your seat.
That seat is a blessing. It's been over 2 years since Bo passed. How are you and Jill doing?
Well, it's it just takes a long time. Our prayer was the same one that Megan's going to have and her dad, that the science will outrun the disease, and it's getting closer and closer. But Bo was my soul, and his brother and he were, your bad influence on his brother Hunter they were joined at the hip. They're a year and a day apart. They did, when Hunt got up and did Bo's eulogy, and my daughter Ashley, I was blown away by the grace they had. And he started off and he said, when the accident occurred, right after I got elected, my wife and daughter were struck by, and my 2 kids, a tractor trailer broadside him and killed my wife and killed my daughter. And my 2 boys are really badly injured. And Hunt started off his eulogy for his brother, and he said, we were in the hospital bed. I had a severe skull fracture. Bo had most bones in his body broken, in the same room. And he said he'd lean over to me. And here, Bo, this is God's truth. I've witnessed that I was there. Doctors were there. He was almost 4. Hunt was almost 3. And he looked over and he said, Hunt, look at me. Look at me, Hunt. I love you. I love you. Hunt, hold my hand. Hold my hand. That was Bo. Bo was always the guy, from the time he was a child, always giving. And I think what some of us miss is that, you know, Whoopi, I got to the point where when they were about 12 and 13, I found myself, my God, for real, looking up to them. Like their character. I mean, they're the ones that helped raise me.